Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Earlier today I was working a bit more on my upcoming milestone project, but now I'm learning a bit of R. R is a coding language that is used a lot by data analysts and researchers to find the significance of that data, but also the different patterns and trends, and it's a super powerful tool. And because I'll be collecting quite a bit of data later on, I'm just quickly going through the language on Codecademy. Now I am a complete beginner to the language, so bear with me. If you haven't checked out Codecademy, do take a look. It's a really good bit of software, particularly for beginners, and you can do any language from Python to C# to even R on that. I am paying for it, so I think I pay £17-18 a month, which is a worthwhile investment given you consider how valuable knowing that language will be once you complete the course. Anyway, let's quickly do that, and then we'll go to the gym afterwards. It's now 6:10, so let's go quickly. Not too sure what to cook today. I haven't thought ahead. I do have a few sausages in the fridge. Compared to typical sausages, they are quite lean. Also have some mackerel. Or I might just go to the supermarket and see what's there. But yeah, firstly let's go to the gym. Right, all good, let's go. So my gym closed at 7:30, so we'll get a solid hour in or so. Hi.
Is that cold?
Yes, please. Nearly done. Last set. All done. Let's go back, eat, and get back to some work. And we're back. Time for a shower. But quickly, a glass of water. Had my shower, had some dinner, quickly went to Tesco's and did some shopping as well. And if I didn't go and buy them, then I would end up buying junk food. So hopefully we'll have a few fun recipes. I've got a pretty good couscous recipe, which I'll show you guys, but also a nice slow roasted chicken thigh recipe. I think a lot of you also appreciate good flavorful food, so we'll cook together when we can. But now I'm going to sit down. It's around 10:30 now, so it's a bit late. But I think since it's a Saturday evening, I'm going to stay up a bit later. Whilst I was having dinner, I made a few more German flashcards. So I'm going to quickly finish those off. And then we'll go through my semiconductors and advanced materials lecture notes. And then we'll end on, again, doing some accounting and finance, because I really want to make sure I understand the lectures. So usually when revising, I like to use flashcards, as you've seen in previous videos. Now when I make my flashcards, I don't like to make them too complicated. I like to have small bits of information on either side, which makes them really quick revision tools. I know some people like to have lots of information on them, but for me, I just simply struggle to recall that much information from simply a one-word cue on the side. So, especially for vocabulary, ensure to keep them simple. The more detailed notes will come from the revision notes that you'll write, which are a separate thing to these things. And now here I'm going through a few of my physics style notes. So although I'm doing engineering, one of the modules is all to do with semiconductors, superconductors, and advanced materials. Now this is very similar to my physics course at A-level. So as you can see, I'm using plain paper to make notes from the lecture notes. The reason why I love using plain paper and why I've been using it since I was in my GCSE revision period is simply because it allows so much freedom to organise your formulas, your notes, and just gives you space to write how you want to write. And I know for some people using lined paper and plain paper it all feels the same, but for me I just don't like the restrictions that lined paper gives me. I suggest that you guys also try out plain paper to make a few notes. But as you can see, I'm simply going through my lecture notes, writing some key points, writing some key equations, drawing boxes around them, putting a few asterisks near the more important equations that I need to know, and just going through the notes. I like to number my pages at in the top left corner or top right corner, simply to allow me to keep track of the notes. Particularly because this isn't a bound book, these are simple white pages, they can all get quite lost. So by numbering them, it's very easy to then order them, staple them, and then you can use these as revision notes as well. Now when using this style of note-taking, I realise that my notes are quite simple, which actually makes these fantastic summary notes. So when I'm closer to my exams, as well as going through my lecture notes, I can then flick through these plain paper notes, which are another form of me having consolidate the information. Right, so I just realised that I don't have all the accounting lecture notes. I've got the finance lecture notes, went through them yesterday, but the accounting lecture notes, I wrote notes on my iPad, but I want paper notes as well. Let's quickly go print that out, and then we'll go through a lecture or two, and then we'll call it a night. And luckily, the library is only 2 minutes away, as we saw in the last vlog. Might actually grab a coat, since it's going to be quite cold. Anyway, whilst my computer loads, this is called the Quark Room at Jesus. It's a pretty big computer suite. The thing about quad computers is that they're slightly slow, which isn't too good. And these are the big two printers, or the big printer and the smaller printer that I talked about. They can both do double-sided colour and black and white.
Will they sound longer now? Just be the same no more. You gotta keep on going.
So I finished printing, heading back. I've got all the lecture notes I need to cover superconductors.
Doesn't matter what they do, 'cause we go together. Doesn't matter what they say, 'cause we go together.
I think I made a small mistake printing these out slightly bigger than they need to be. I could have possibly put two of these on one page, but yeah, printing from PowerPoint is usually quite annoying. Most lecturers give their notes as PDFs, so it makes it far easier to print out in a desirable format, but these have got this printed.
You say you're stronger now, that you've seen it all before.
Right guys, so it's 1:24 and I think I'm going to call it a night there, go to sleep. Just flicking through some of the superconductor notes, rejogging my memory from the lectures, and so when I go through it the next time, I'll be once again familiar with what the lecturer has said a few weeks ago now, familiar with the layout of the lecture notes, making my go through of the notes much easier, and it means that I won't get stuck just getting through the layout of the content. I'll just be able to cruise through it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.